candidates were much more complimentary than confrontational.
I think we have a great group of candidates.
They tried to distinguish themselves on the Iraq War, each laying out an exit strategy. As he has in the past, Senator Barack Obama said he's one of the few who was against the war before it started.
The thing I wish had happened was that all the people on this stage had asked these questions before they authorized us getting in.
Senator John Edwards pointed out any one of them would end the war. The real distinction is a party one.
The differences between all of us are very small compared to the differences between us and the Republican candidates, who, the best I can tell, are George Bush on steroids.
There was no clear winner, and for now, the gloves are still on.
I think we saw a number of different people make their moves, but really some real tentative nature among the candidates. That was a bit surprising.
The Democrats will meet for at least 8 more debates like this one. Several campaigns have complained that there are too many of these forums, cutting into critical campaign time. Senator Barack Obama's campaign will now limit the number of debates he'll participate in, and other candidates are expected to follow suit. Young Denise, ABC News, Des Moines.
Space Shuttle Endeavour undocked from the International Space Station today, one day early because of Hurricane Dean. The shuttle will be returning Tuesday instead of Wednesday. A final inspection was also done today to make sure the shuttle is safe for re-entry. NASA decided not to repair a gouge in the shuttle's belly that was caused by foam during launch. Well, the record tied today at the Mount Washington Observatory. A frosty and foggy day, believe it or not. Just looking at the Mount Washington summit sign, you'd never guess it was August. It still may be summer down here, but at the summit of the mountain, the scientists say it was a freezing 29 degrees between about midnight last night and 6:30 this morning. The last time it was that cold on August 19th was back in 1958.
Yeah, this is summer on Mount Washington, I guess. You know, it's certainly not something that's common during the summer, but it's also not unheard of. We've recorded snow at any month during the year throughout our 75-year history.
And yesterday was also a chilly one, almost a tiebreaker at 29.9 degrees last night.
Now, your Stormwatch 9 forecast.
And they're looking at very similar conditions once again tonight. Check it out. Already atop Mount Washington, it is 32 degrees and looks to get a little bit colder. Berlin has dropped down to 40 and Whitefield at 42. Further to the south, temperatures not quite as chilly, but they are cooling down fairly quickly in some of the smaller towns, some of the sheltered ones in low-lying areas. Jaffrey and Keene into the upper 40s right now, but the city is still holding in the heat from the day. 57 Manchester and Portsmouth at the seashore, looking at 55 degrees. Now, here's a look at the national temperatures, and the warm or hot, humid air is still to the south. In the meantime, we are enjoying some nice Canadian refreshed air, and that's going to continue to be the case for a couple more days. There have been some strong storms and areas of heavy rain along the boundary between the cool, dry air and the warm, humid air, and that has caused a lot of the heavy rainfall to move through the Ohio Valley and into Pennsylvania. That's still being deflected. It cannot come at us because of high pressure just to our north and west. And here's this little area of rainfall down through Oklahoma finally weakening. That is what's left of Tropical Depression Erin. Now, here's a closer inspection, a little closer to home. You can see the satellite and the radar imagery showing the clouds from this afternoon melting away as the sun started to go down lower on the horizon. And it was a great chance for those of you to go out this evening and view the International Space Station and Endeavour. Talked about it this evening, and we had many calls coming in this evening. You saw 2 bright lights going by in the sky. Yes, indeed, it was the 2 separate vehicles, the space station and Endeavour. Remember, they separated this afternoon, so you got the chance to see them both following each other in the evening sky tonight. There's another chance tomorrow night, but it's going to be very low on the horizon, around 9:29 tomorrow evening. You might get a chance to see it. Tonight, mainly clear and chilly now. Readings dropping to the mid-30s in the far north. In fact, there's a frost advisory up in this location, settling down to the mid and upper 40s as you get down through the Merrimack Valley. Then as we go into tomorrow, mainly sunny skies, northern half of the state, temperatures in the 60s, but south of the lakes region, we could be seeing some clouds around. There'll be a little system dropping just to the south of New England, and its northern cloud shield should just clip southernmost portions of New England. High pressure again blocking all the wet weather from coming at us. So a chilly start to the day tomorrow morning, but we recover into the 60s and low 70s for tomorrow. And then the high pressure area starts moving off to the east, and that eventually is going to allow warmer temperatures to come our way, and also eventually more humid air. That starts moving in as we go into Wednesday night and on into Thursday and Friday. So Wednesday's highs topping off into the upper 70s near 80 degrees, and then the summer muggies come back our way for Thursday and Friday. We're talking mid to upper 80s, maybe near 90 degrees by Friday. There we go. We're back to summertime conditions. Also Thursday, a threat of a scattered, isolated shower. Same story for a thunder shower on Friday.
But we've got more sun than rain, and that's what we want to hear.
Yeah, nice dry stretch for a while.
Okay.
Though. Yes.
Thanks, Bill. We do want to issue a correction on a story. The name of the passenger killed in a Littleton crash has not been released as we originally reported. The driver is 28-year-old Amy Perkins. She remains hospitalized with non-life-threatening injuries. All right, Jason, what's going on in the sports world?
Well, the Red Sox and Angels closed out their series at Fenway Park this afternoon. The Sox trying to take 3 out of the 4, and the Angels trying to earn a series split.
He'll score the Red Sox. Now, Jason King and News 9 Sports.
Well, the Angels were able to earn a weekend split with the Red Sox, taking the final game of their 4-game set at Fenway Park today. Julian Tavares made the start for Boston, got in trouble early, top of the first. This is Vladimir Guerrero, a shallow single to left field, and Sean Figgins waved around, play at the plate close, but not in time. 1-0 Angels in front. Same inning, Casey Kochman looks like he's going to put a 2-run shot on the board, but great catch by Bobby Kielty, just called up from AAA Pawtucket a couple days ago, and he robs Kochman of a home run. Top 2, Mike Lowell with some nice defense of his own. Nice diving stop at third and gets Ryan Budd at first base. Nice stretch by Kevin Euclid as well. Top 3, things get interesting. Tavares hits Orlando Cabrera with the pitch, and Cabrera takes offense to that. He has some words for Tavares. The benches would clear, but nothing really came of it. Cooler heads prevailed. No ejections or anything like that. The game went on. Joe Saunders was the story for the Angels. He went 7 2/3, struck out 7. In the top of the 7th, the Angels get some insurance. Kyle Snyder's pitch gets away. Casey Kochman scores 3-0 Los Angeles. But in the bottom of the 8th, Sox finally get on the board. Michael Lowell with an RBI single off the wall. David Ortiz scores, but that's as close as they got. Angels win it 3-1 the final. Red Sox are at Tampa Bay on Monday. Yankees and Tigers in the Bronx. Yogi Berra in attendance. Bottom 6 rather. 3-3 tie, and Johnny Damon breaks it with a solo shot into the upper deck. Yankees win it 9-3 the final, so they pick up a game on the Red Sox. Now they're just 4 games back. David Smith homered in his 4th consecutive game as the Fisher Cats beat up on Binghamton 15-3 today. As far as the Pride goes, John Ramostella went 3 for 4 with an RBI, but New Jersey wins it 10-7. The Nextel Cup Series gets an unscheduled day off as the 3M Performance 400 at Michigan was rained out this afternoon. The race had been rescheduled for tomorrow at 12:30, although there's more rain in the forecast for Michigan on Monday as well, so we'll wait and see. Jeff Gordon will start on the pole. On a separate note, the topic of Dale Earnhardt Jr. leaving DEI has been a popular one. Earnhardt earlier this week, negotiations to take his number 8 along with him to Hendrick Motorsports broke down, so he'll be leaving it behind, leaving Junior disappointed.
When I walked away from DEI, I wanted no ties whatsoever, and if I was to get to 8 and allow Teresa to still have limited control over it, I'd still have to deal with her, and that was not what I wanted. Personally, I sort of planned for this. I've been in these negotiations with the same person before, and they never work out in your favor. I'm not going to sit here and get personal about this. The personal stuff is way far away from the racetrack. It's upsetting as hell, and unfortunate. I share sort of an identity with the 8, and you know, it just seems like it's the way it should be.
And other NASCAR news, Ricky Rudd said he plans to retire from the Nextel Cup Series after this season. The 50-year-old is in his 28th season as a full-time driver in the Cup Series. Rudd said he would consider a part-time ride for next year, but he's not pursuing it. Rudd has 23 victories in his career, and his 897 Cup starts are second only to Richard Petty. And don't forget about our Friday Night Football preseason kickoff special. It's live from the Queen City Jamboree on Friday night. We'll be live at Gill Stadium to kick off another season of Friday Night People. Friday Night People.
People are in it.
Friday Night Football. There are a lot of tired people in the Lakes region tonight. The Timberman Triathlon Festival wrapped up in Guilford today. We'll find out the winners next. The annual Timberman Triathlon took place this weekend in Guilford. The event includes a 1.2-mile swim across Lake Winnipesaukee, a 56-mile bike ride, and a 13.1-mile run. This year's winners were Simon Lessing of Colorado on the men's side, and Desiree Ficker of Texas was the top female finisher. The Revolution were in Kansas City tonight. Scoreless game into the 72nd minute when Joseph Smith great cross to Taylor Twellman for the finish. His 10th goal of the season. The Revolution hang on to win it 1-0 over Kansas City.
Looks like they were kissing there.
They may have been.
I don't know. Looked fun. Okay. That wraps up this edition of News 9 Tonight. Thanks for watching. Have a great night, everyone.